Hey there, it's J-Dog. Hey, today I'm in Savannah, Georgia. My wife and I are just doing a quick stop in Savannah. We're on our way to Florida, but decided to stop and spend an extra day here, check out the city. And we're going to do our first little stop here is the visitor center behind me here. This is actually where we're parked. Going to do some walking, but let's go in the visitor center and see what they have here. Well, one of our first stops here in Savannah is at the visitor center. They have actually a nice little museum here in the visitor center. So we're going to take a walk through and see what they have here. And I was here once before going through this visitor center several years ago, but they've got some nice displays about the history of Savannah. Well, as you may know, the movie Forrest Gump was filmed in Savannah, and there's some Gump memorabilia here in the visitor center, and one of the most famous movie props is right here. The bench that Forrest Gump sat on and told the story for most of the movie. This was actually the actual movie prop here where Forrest sat, and pretty cool. Well, that was a nice little visitor center. Got to see Forrest Gump's bench. But just a little historical note. About 20 years ago, my son went to college here in Savannah. Went to Savannah College of Art and Design. I actually ferried him down here back and forth 2 or 3 times a year, so actually pretty familiar with the city. But we're going to walk around and kind of revisit some of the places I used to like to see and go through some of the squares and stuff. It's a nice walking city. The city of Savannah. So, well, here's one of the things that Savannah is famous for. Their famous squares. I think there were 17 of these when the city was laid out. This is Chippewa Square, and actually this is the square where Forrest Gump sat on the bench. And the bench isn't there right now, but it's right there where the one-way sign is, Chippewa Square. But these are beautiful squares to walk through. Really pretty. Walking through another square here. This is Wright Square. Pretty. Come around here. My wife walking in the front here. Hey, Annie.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, this is Tomochichi's grave. He was a Native American. Creek Indians here. Sorry, you can't read that. But, maybe you can read that, see what it says. But there's his monument. Something pretty cool. We're at the Lady and Sons restaurant here, having a Paula Deen special buffet. But look at some of this great food, huh? Wow, looks delicious. See my wife having food over there too.
I'm being good with the salad to start.
Well, this is the buffet here at Lady and Sons. This is the Paula Deen buffet. And boy, that's great food. Man, outstanding. My second plate here at the buffet. Got some black-eyed peas, lima beans, green beans, cabbage, some pulled pork. Delicious. Well, we had a great lunch here at Lady and Sons. Had the Paula Deen buffet. It was fantastic. So now I gotta go walk off that big meal you saw. So I'm gonna do some more walking here in Savannah. I'm gonna go over to City Square. Well, at the City Market Square here, this is actually kind of a retail place. They've actually taken a street, and you can see we got retail places on both sides. But it's a nice area to walk down here. I used to hang out here when my son was going to Savannah. I'd come down here to eat dinner and stuff. They have performers, but you can kind of see it's a neat place to hang out. Just walking down more of the City Market here, so you can see kind of some of the businesses. Got the Big Lebowski, the dude. Pretty neat. Give you a little, some more stuff here. I'll walk into a pole. Well, we're on Bay Street and right by City Hall. And nice little fountain here with that lion. But we're going to go down to River Street, which you have to, down by the river, Savannah River, and you have to kind of walk down some stairs. So let's go down these steps to River Street. Ooh, it's just a little, follow my wife. Pass at your own risk. Have to, well, this is River Street. Not too many people down here today. It's actually kind of cool, but it's right on the river. You can see, I'll turn around. Over here, the Savannah River. You can see the port of Savannah up there. Like I say, this is one of the busiest, it's not really technically on the sea, it's on the river here, but one of the busiest ports up there, Port Wentworth, on the U.S. And you can see the ships up there. You can see that big bridge going over Route 17, but yeah, not a lot happening here down the river. This is usually pretty busy with tourists, but not a lot happening here today other than the water is going by. Well, behind me here is another Savannah landmark. For those of you who are familiar with the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, this is Mercer House, which I forget the character's name, Jim somebody. Forget his name, I'll put it up here in the video. But this is the house. Actually, you can get tours of the house. We're not going in, but the house is on Monterey Square in Savannah. It's a big old house, but just thought I'd point that out here on this little walking tour of Savannah that we're doing today. Well, this is one of the last squares we're going to walk through. This is actually Forsyth Park. This is actually a huge square. You can see I'll kind of slowly bring it around here. Some skateboarders. But you can see here the nice fountain. Let's go down and look at this. Yeah, this is a pretty fountain here at Forsyth Park. I can tell you during St. Patrick's Day, it blows green water. But cool little place to hang out. It is a big city park up here. So this kind of concludes our little day trip to Savannah. We had a nice time here walking around through several squares. Had a delicious lunch at the Lady and Sons at the Paula Deen buffet. Ate a lot of southern food, but really enjoyed it. Savannah's a nice little place to stop and a great walking city here, but we're going to continue south tomorrow to Florida. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. See you on down the road.